Negative thoughts can feel like an endless storm cloud hanging over your mind, relentless, exhausting, and impossible to shake. They drain your energy, disrupt your peace, and color every moment with doubt or fear. But what if there was a timeless philosophy that not only helps you understand these thoughts, but also teaches you how to let them go? Stoicism, the ancient wisdom of mastering the mind, offers powerful tools to break free from negativity and reclaim calm and clarity. At its core, Stoicism teaches us that while we cannot control every circumstance, we can control our responses to them. Negative thoughts often arise from wanting things to be different than they are, or getting caught in spirals of judgment and fear. The Stoic dichotomy of control invites us to shift our focus away from what lies beyond our power and instead turn inward to adjust our mindset and attitude. In this episode, we will explore 7 essential Stoic practices that can help you dissolve negative thinking patterns. You'll learn why knowing what you can control is the first step to peace, how pausing before reacting strengthens your wisdom, and why being impartial to your emotions fosters resilience. We'll also discuss the importance of accepting change, cultivating gratitude, building resilience through adversity, and living in alignment with your values. If negative thoughts have been weighing you down, these Stoic insights offer a path to freedom. Freedom to experience your mind as a calm, clear space rather than a battlefield. By embracing these principles, you will cultivate a mindset that turns obstacles into opportunities and chaos into clarity. If you find value in this episode, please subscribe to Stoic Reflections, like the video, and share your experiences or questions in the comments. Together, let's explore the Stoic way to a peaceful mind and a stronger spirit. Mom, know what you can control. A fundamental principle in Stoicism, often called the dichotomy of control, teaches that true peace begins the moment you distinguish what is within your power from what lies beyond it. Negative thoughts often stem from our attempts to control or fix things outside of our influence, events, other people's opinions, or unpredictable outcomes. This misplaced attachment to the uncontrollable creates frustration, anxiety, and mental unrest. The key to overcoming negativity is to focus solely on what you can control: your own thoughts, judgments, and responses. Understanding this distinction is transformative because it liberates you from the exhausting and futile effort to manage everything around you. Imagine trying to control the weather or another person's behavior. No matter how much energy you invest, these remain outside your reach. But your attitude, perspective, and choices are always yours to command. When you shift your attention to these internal domains, you reclaim your mental freedom and weaken the hold of negative thoughts. Epictetus, one of the most influential Stoic philosophers, emphasized this point by stating, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." This underscores that external events are neutral. They only become distressing when you assign them meaning that disturbs your peace. By focusing on your response, you take back control of your mind. Practically, this means developing awareness to identify when your mind drifts into worrying about things beyond your influence. When negative thoughts arise, whether fear about the future, regret about the past, or frustration at circumstances, pause and ask yourself, is this within my control? If the answer is no, consciously release the thought or redirect your focus to what you can change. This practice also involves embracing acceptance. Accept that some things are simply not yours to fix or influence. This acceptance is not passive resignation, but a wise acknowledgement that saves energy and reduces mental noise. Instead, put your effort into cultivating virtuous qualities like patience, courage, and wisdom, areas firmly within your control. By honing this focus, you develop resilience. Negative thoughts lose power when they don't command your attention or efforts. Your mind becomes a space of calm where you engage with challenges through clear-eyed understanding rather than reactive emotion. Ultimately, knowing what you can control is the first and most vital step in dissolving negativity. It grounds you in reality, empowers you to act where it matters, and shields you from unnecessary suffering. This clarity fosters peace, strength, and a steady mind, hallmarks of the Stoic path. So begin today by distinguishing what is yours to control and what is not. Let go of what lies beyond your power and commit your energy to mastering your own thoughts and actions. In this practice, you reclaim your freedom and silence the storm of negative thinking. 2. Think before you act. In the whirlwind of daily life, negative thoughts often lead us into hasty reactions, impulsive words, rash decisions, or unhelpful emotions that worsen our mental state and relationships. Stoicism teaches that reflection is power. The simple act of pausing before reacting provides a critical opportunity to respond with wisdom instead of reflex, helping you avoid regret and cultivate empathy. The power of thoughtful pause lies in creating space between stimulus and response. When confronted with stress, criticism, or difficult situations, your mind naturally races toward immediate reaction. This rapid-fire response is usually driven by strong emotions, anger, fear, or frustration, and often leads to actions that escalate conflict or increase personal suffering. Stoicism urges us to resist this urge, to slow down and reflect before we act. Marcus Aurelius reminded himself often to pause before you act and to engage his reason over impulse. This pause is not hesitation born of doubt, but a deliberate practice of mindfulness. It allows you to assess the situation more objectively, consider the possible outcomes, and choose a response aligned with your values and long-term well-being. Practically, when negative thoughts arise, training yourself to pause can be as simple as taking a few deep breaths, counting slowly to 10, or mentally stepping back from the situation. This moment of stillness interrupts automatic reactions and gives your rational mind a chance to lead. It's a powerful way to prevent the escalation of negativity within your mind and in your interactions. Beyond self-control, thinking before acting nurtures empathy. When you pause, you create room to consider others' perspectives and motivations, reducing misunderstandings and harsh judgments. This shift from reactive defensiveness to reflective understanding strengthens your relationships and softens internal turmoil. Furthermore, this practice builds a habit of deliberate living. Over time, pausing before action becomes second nature, transforming how you navigate stress, disappointment, and conflict. Your mind grows steadier, and negative thoughts lose their grip as you respond from calm reason rather than emotional reaction. Reflection also helps you learn from experience. When you choose responses wisely, you reduce regrets and develop a deeper understanding of your values and action. This ongoing learning fosters growth, resilience, and peace. In summary, thinking before you act is a cornerstone of Stoic mental training. It turns reactive chaos into deliberate calm, empowering you to respond to negativity with wisdom and compassion. By cultivating this pause, you protect your mind from spirals of negative thinking and build stronger, more harmonious relationships. So commit to this simple but powerful habit. When negative thoughts or stressful situations arise, pause, breathe, and reflect before you act. In this space of mindful choice, you transform your mindset and reclaim your peace, embodying the timeless Stoic path to mental mastery. 3. Learn to be impartial. One of the most powerful yet often misunderstood teachings of Stoicism is the practice of impartiality. Learning to observe your emotions and experiences without being ruled or overwhelmed by them. Being impartial doesn't mean suppressing feelings or becoming cold and indifferent. Rather, it means cultivating the ability to see your emotions clearly and objectively, maintaining reason as your guiding light while acknowledging your feelings without judgment. This balanced approach is essential for freeing yourself from negative thoughts and achieving mental clarity. Emotions are natural and inevitable. Anger, sadness, fear, or joy arise in response to life's events. However, problems occur when we allow these emotions to dictate our behavior or cloud our judgment. Being swept away by strong feelings often leads to impulsive reactions, distorted perceptions, and cycles of negativity. The Stoics teach us to step back and become impartial observers of our emotional landscape. Marcus Aurelius urged himself to view his feelings as passing phenomena, like clouds moving across the sky, not permanent states defining his identity. This stance, emotional impartiality, creates a mental space where you can experience emotions fully, yet remain grounded in reason. It prevents you from becoming a slave to every fleeting feeling, instead empowering you to respond wisely. Practically, impartiality begins with mindfulness, the practice of paying attention to your thoughts and emotions as they arise. When a negative thought or strong feeling surfaces, notice it without immediately reacting or labeling it good or bad. Observe its intensity, its triggers, and how it affects your body and mind. This non-judgmental awareness helps you detach from emotional turmoil and recognize that feelings are transient. Impartiality also involves questioning the assumptions behind your emotions. For example, if you feel angry because someone criticized you, reflect on whether this anger is justified or based on exaggerated judgments. Are you assigning unnecessary meaning or value to an event? This critical self-examination weakens negative thoughts by exposing their irrational roots. Importantly, impartiality is not about denying your emotions, but understanding their nature and choosing how to engage with them. It encourages compassion for yourself, allowing you to acknowledge difficult feelings without harsh self-judgment or suppression. By practicing impartiality, you develop emotional resilience. You become less reactive to external events and more capable of maintaining calm amid turmoil. This clarity strengthens decision-making and reduces mental suffering caused by entanglement in negative thought patterns. Furthermore, impartiality nurtures empathy for others. Recognizing your own emotional fluctuations helps you appreciate that everyone experiences waves of feelings and that no one is defined by momentary emotions alone. This insight fosters patience and understanding in your relationships. In summary, learning to be impartial is a vital Stoic skill for managing negative thoughts. It transforms your relationship with emotions from one of conflict to one of balanced observation and reasoned response. By anchoring yourself in impartiality, you create mental space for clarity, peace, and wise action. So begin practicing impartiality today. Cultivate mindfulness to observe your emotions without judgment, question your assumptions, and choose reason over reaction. In doing so, you liberate your mind from the chaos of negativity and embody the Stoic ideal of calm, rational strength. 4. Accept that things change. One of the most liberating and profound lessons Stoicism offers is the acceptance that change is the only constant in life. Impermanence governs all things, our circumstances, emotions, relationships, and even our own existence. Fighting against this reality creates resistance, suffering, and negative thinking. But when you embrace change as an integral part of life, you free yourself from fear, anxiety, and attachment, opening the door to gratitude, peace, and resilience. The Stoics taught that resisting change is futile because the universe operates in constant flux. Marcus Aurelius frequently reminded himself that everything is transient, like a river that flows continuously, never the same at any two moments. By internalizing this truth, you align yourself with the natural order rather than struggling against it. Accepting change doesn't mean passively surrendering or becoming indifferent to life's events. Instead, it means understanding that clinging to stability, permanence, or control over outcomes only leads to frustration and mental unrest. When you recognize that loss, disappointment, or shifting circumstances are inevitable, you can prepare your mind to meet them with calm and grace. This acceptance acts as a powerful antidote to negative thoughts that arise from fear of loss or the desire to hold on to what is slipping away. Whether it's the end of a relationship, a career setback, or changes in health or environment, acknowledging impermanence helps you let go of resistance and the suffering it causes. Practically, cultivating acceptance involves daily reflection and mindfulness. When you notice yourself resisting change or feeling anxious about the future, pause and remind yourself, this too shall pass. Let this thought ground you in the present moment, reducing the urge to cling to the past or control the uncontrollable. This mindset also awakens gratitude. When you understand that every moment is fleeting, you begin to appreciate life's simple blessings more deeply. You learn to savor each experience, relationship, and achievement without taking them for granted. Gratitude for the present moment becomes a natural companion to acceptance. Moreover, embracing change builds resilience. Instead of being shaken by unexpected twists or losses, you adapt and grow stronger. Stoicism teaches that adversity is a teacher, and change often brings opportunities for growth that are hidden behind initial discomfort. This principle also fosters humility. Recognizing impermanence reminds you that no status, possession, or accomplishment is permanent, encouraging a focus on virtue and character over external success or material gain. In relationships, acceptance of change helps you cherish the time you have with others while preparing your heart to face inevitable separations or transformations. It encourages deeper connection, grounded in presence rather than clinging. In summary, accepting that things change is a cornerstone of Stoic wisdom that frees you from the grip of fear, attachment, and negative thinking. It aligns you with the natural flow of life, opening your mind to peace, gratitude, and adaptability. By embracing impermanence, you cultivate a mindset that can face life's uncertainties with courage and calm. So practice daily acceptance of change. Remind yourself of life's impermanence, let go of resistance, and deepen your gratitude for each moment. This practice transforms your relationship with negativity and anchors you in the Stoic path toward tranquility and resilience. 5. Practice being thankful. Gratitude is a powerful and transformative practice at the heart of Stoic philosophy, offering a direct antidote to negative thoughts and feelings. When you cultivate genuine thankfulness, your focus shifts away from what you lack or fear toward an awareness of abundance and blessing. This shift nurtures mental strength, deepens joy, and strengthens resilience, especially in times of hardship. Negative thinking often thrives on a sense of scarcity, loss, or injustice. It convinces us that our situation is unfair, that we are missing something vital, or that our struggles are unbearable. Stoicism teaches us that by consciously practicing gratitude, we interrupt these destructive patterns and open our minds to the richness already present in our lives. Marcus Aurelius frequently reflected on gratitude, reminding himself to appreciate the world as it is, its beauty, its order, and the gifts of each day. This was not naive optimism, but a disciplined choice to recognize the good amid difficulty. The Stoics saw gratitude as a practice of acknowledging the interconnectedness of all things and the many unseen supports that sustain us. Practicing gratitude begins with mindful attention. Take time each day to notice things you might otherwise overlook: the kindness of others, the simple pleasures of nature, the functioning of your body, or the lessons embedded in challenges. Writing a gratitude journal or silently reflecting on what you appreciate can deepen this habit. Gratitude reshapes your perspective by counterbalancing negative thoughts. When you feel overwhelmed by what's wrong or missing, recalling what's right and sufficient reminds your mind of stability and hope. This helps prevent spirals of despair or bitterness that feed negativity. Moreover, gratitude strengthens resilience. In adversity, it fuels the understanding that hardships are part of life's natural rhythm and that even difficulties hold hidden value for growth and learning. Recognizing this lessens resistance and suffering, enabling you to face challenges with a steadier heart. Gratitude also enriches your emotional life by deepening joy and simplicity. It teaches you that happiness is not contingent on extraordinary events, but can be found in everyday moments: morning sunlight, a warm meal, a friendly smile. This appreciation brings contentment that shields you from envy and dissatisfaction. In relationships, expressing gratitude fosters connection and goodwill. Recognizing the efforts and kindness of others nurtures empathy and strengthens bonds, reducing conflict and fostering a positive atmosphere. It's important to understand that gratitude is not about denying pain or hardship, but about balancing your outlook. You can acknowledge difficulties while still appreciating what supports and sustains you. This balance creates emotional maturity and wisdom. In summary, practicing being thankful is a vital Stoic strategy to combat negative thinking and cultivate peace. It shifts your mind from lack to abundance, from complaint to appreciation, and from despair to hope. Through gratitude, you build a resilient, joyful mindset, capable of facing life's ups and downs with grace. So begin cultivating gratitude daily. Notice the gifts around you, reflect on what you appreciate, and let thankfulness grow in your heart. This practice transforms your inner world and aligns you with the Stoic path to lasting calm and strength. 6. Build your resilience. Resilience, the ability to recover from adversity and adapt to challenges, is a cornerstone of Stoic philosophy and a critical tool for overcoming negative thoughts. Life inevitably presents setbacks, disappointments, and difficulties that test your mind and spirit. The Stoics teach that instead of being defeated by these trials, you can transform them into opportunities for growth and inner strength by cultivating resilience through intentional practice and mindset. Resilience is not something you are simply born with. It is forged in the crucible of adversity. Like a muscle that grows stronger through resistance, your mental toughness develops as you face challenges and learn to navigate them with courage and wisdom. Marcus Aurelius, Epictetus, and Seneca all experienced profound hardships, yet demonstrated remarkable resilience by applying Stoic principles to remain steadfast and composed. At its core, building resilience means shifting your perspective on setbacks. Rather than seeing obstacles as threats or signs of failure, the Stoics encourage you to view them as essential training grounds for virtue. Each difficulty is a chance to practice patience, courage, temperance, and wisdom, the qualities that define a strong character. This reframing reduces the power of negative thoughts that often accompany hardship. Practically, cultivating resilience involves several key practices. Embrace challenges. When you encounter difficulty, consciously remind yourself that this is an opportunity to strengthen your mind. Face problems head-on rather than avoiding or denying them. Focus on what you can control. As with all Stoic teaching, resilience grows when you concentrate on your own thoughts, actions, and attitudes, rather than external circumstances. Maintain perspective. Keep a long-term view that setbacks are temporary and part of life's natural ebb and flow. This mindset reduces despair and promotes patience. Learn from experience. Reflect on past hardships to identify lessons and strengths you gain. Use these insights to prepare for future challenges. Cultivate self-compassion. Be kind to yourself when you stumble. Resilience includes accepting human imperfection while committing to growth. By intentionally building resilience, you reduce the sway negative thoughts hold over you. Instead of spiraling into despair or self-doubt, you engage life's difficulties with a steady mind and a confident heart. Resilience also fosters adaptability. Life's uncertainties can trigger anxiety and negative thinking, but a resilient mindset embraces change and uncertainty as natural. You become flexible, able to adjust your course without losing your center. Furthermore, resilience nurtures hope and motivation. Knowing that you have overcome past challenges empowers you to face new ones with determination rather than fear. In relationships and work, resilience helps you navigate conflicts, criticism, and setbacks with grace. It enables you to remain constructive and calm, preserving your peace and effectiveness. In summary, building your resilience is an essential Stoic practice for dissolving negative thoughts and cultivating mental strength. It transforms adversity into opportunity, suffering into growth, and chaos into calm. So commit to developing resilience daily. Embrace challenges, focus on your response, maintain perspective, and learn from every experience. In doing so, you fortify your mind and spirit, becoming a steadfast force capable of weathering life's storms with courage and calm. 7. Live in line with your values. One of the most powerful ways to overcome negative thoughts and cultivate lasting peace is to live consistently in alignment with your core values. Stoicism teaches that when your actions reflect your deepest principles, your mind naturally finds calm and clarity. Conversely, when you act against your values or when your life lacks a clear moral compass, negative thoughts and inner turmoil often follow. Defining your values and letting them guide your decisions is a cornerstone of mental resilience and well-being. Living by your values means knowing what truly matters to you, what kind of person you want to be, what virtues you wish to embody, and what goals give your life meaning. These might include integrity, kindness, courage, wisdom, justice, or any principle that reflects your highest self. When your daily choices consistently honor these values, you build a strong foundation of self-respect and purpose. The Stoics emphasize this alignment repeatedly. Marcus Aurelius reminded himself to act justly, temperately, and wisely, regardless of external rewards or opinions. This unwavering commitment to virtue kept him steady through personal trials and public pressures. When your actions flow from clear values, you avoid the confusion and conflict that often fuel negative thinking. Practically, living in line with your values requires reflection and clarity. Spend time identifying what principles are most important to you. Write them down, revisit them often, and assess your actions against them regularly. Ask yourself, am I acting with honesty? Am I showing courage? Am I being true to my highest ideals? This ongoing self-examination keeps your values front and center. When faced with difficult decisions or emotional challenges, your values become a guiding light. Instead of reacting impulsively or out of fear, you can pause and choose the action that best aligns with who you want to be. This conscious choice reduces regret and negative self-talk because your behavior is grounded in integrity. Living by your values also fosters resilience. Challenges and negative thoughts lose their grip when you have a clear sense of purpose and direction. Your mind becomes anchored not in fleeting circumstances, but in enduring principles. Moreover, alignment with your values enhances self-confidence and peace. You develop trust in yourself because you know you are living authentically and making choices that reflect your true nature. This mindset nurtures healthier relationships as well. Acting from values like kindness, fairness, and respect fosters deeper connections and reduces conflicts. You become less reactive and more compassionate. Importantly, living according to values is a lifelong practice, not a one-time achievement. It involves continual learning, growth, and sometimes course correction. Embrace this journey with patience and commitment. In summary, living in line with your values is a powerful Stoic strategy for overcoming negative thoughts and cultivating a calm, confident mind. It provides clarity, purpose, and resilience, transforming life's challenges into opportunities for virtuous living. So take time to define your core values clearly. Let them be your compass in every action and decision. By living authentically and purposefully, you build a mind free from negativity and rich in peace and strength. The true Stoic way. True mastery over negative thoughts begins with mastering your own mind. Throughout this episode, we've explored how Stoicism provides practical and powerful tools to help you break free from the grip of negativity and reclaim your inner peace. By focusing on what you can control, pausing to think before you act, and learning to observe your emotions impartially, you build a mental foundation that no negative thought can easily shake. Embracing the inevitability of change and practicing gratitude shifts your perspective from scarcity to abundance, reducing fear and dissatisfaction. Building resilience through life's challenges strengthens your ability to adapt and grow, while living in alignment with your core values anchors you in purpose and integrity. Remember, the journey toward a calm and confident mind is ongoing. It requires patience, discipline, and daily practice. But the rewards are profound, a life marked by clarity, strength, and freedom from the inner turmoil of negative thinking. Each step you take toward applying these Stoic principles is a step toward mental clarity and emotional resilience that will serve you in all areas of life. If this episode has inspired you, please subscribe to Stoic Reflections, like this video, and share your experiences or questions in the comments below. Your engagement helps build a community dedicated to wisdom, growth, and lasting peace. Always remember your mindset is your greatest power. Choose to nurture it with reason, patience, and virtue. In doing so, you will transform your inner world and live with unshakable calm, no matter what life brings your way. Thank you for joining me on this journey. Stay strong, stay calm, and live well.